The idea behind this program is to demonstrate an algorithm that selects arbitrary HTML elements placed within another, bigger element. To give a user visual feedback on which elements are currently selected, they have a white border. The program is split into two parts. First part, line 98, serves to generate and place somewhat half-organized, half in a chaotic manner div elements inside the main element, which serves as a container for them. The second part is the selection algorithm itself. Line 71. Three mouse events are utilized. Mouse down to start selection action. Mouse move to define the size of the rectangular selection area. Mouse up to end selection action. Line 90. The mouse move event calls this function. It checks if the selection act is going on. If not, it does nothing and returns. If yes, the function continues dynamically resizing the selection area, represented by a div with a black dashed border. The main xy is the auxiliary function. It serves to calculate relative or local mouse cursor coordinates inside the main element. You remember that the main element is the container for all generated div elements. The main xy returns the object holding these coordinates. Line 98. The function that generates elements is called at the start of the program or when a number of rows or columns is changed and the input event is fired. This function treats the main element like a table or grid with rows and columns, fills each cell of this grid with an element, but with random size, and moves to the random corner, top left, top right, bottom left or bottom right corner of the grid cell. I don't know why I did this, probably because strictly regular grid looks boring. Line 121. This function is called when the left mouse button is released and the mouse up event is fired respectively. Its job is to check out which elements are enclosed within a selection area and push this element inside the array selected elements. What is notable inside this function? At the beginning of line 122, the structuring syntax is implemented. Such syntax allows you to save a lot of typing, so if you are unfamiliar with it, maybe it's worth researching. The next line makes the array empty by setting its length to 0. Now we need to get all selectable elements. That's what getElements by class name does. It returns an array-like HTML collection. I want to loop through each element in this collection, using the forEachArray method. That is why I must first convert the HTML collection to an array, and only then I will be able to apply forEach. Line 125, do it. Remove border, meaning visually deselect the current element in the collection. The destructuring syntax comes in handy again. Now check whether the current element is inside the selection area, and if it is outside, we return from the current loop iteration and continue on next element. If not, then that element is inside the selection area and must be set as selected. The last two lines in the function code do that. The link to the file location is in the description. Now it is time to scroll the file from top to bottom. Comments will help if something happens. That's all for now. Have a nice one.